Alrighty, Mr. Darren.
That's me.
Real quick before we start.
Yep.
I've got a quick question to set the tone of the podcast.
Yep.
If you had to delete either basketball or hip hop from this earth, which one would it be and why?
That's a terrible question to start this off, man.
I know.
Do you know what? I'd probably choose hip hop because then I could just resort to rap and R&B.
Okay.
I'm treating it as a different silo.
Fair. Well, we'll see what people say.
Oh, God.
Welcome back to the Donkeyman Show. I'm, of course, Donkeyman, the only podcast recorded live from a place we absolutely should not be allowed to be recording. But don't give a fuck. I'm here with Mr. Darren from Hoops and Hip Hop.
That's me. Thank you for having me.
How are you, Mr. Darren?
I'm very well. Thank you for having me. Appreciate the time.
Thank you for coming through, man. Firstly, obviously, I've got to do a quick Uncle Rico update. He's my uncle. Okay. He's fucked in the head. And I've been trying to get him on the podcast, but he's constantly doing shit. And so today he heard that you were coming on, and he's currently trying to get signed to a basketball team as a motivational point guard.
Okay.
He hasn't played basketball in 18 years, but he's been walking around yelling, "and one," after every sentence.
Yep.
Last week he yelled, "and one," while ordering sushi. He's getting into it, bro.
Okay.
So that's why today he's not loud here.
Okay, fair.
¡Órale, Donkeyman! El gordito con la guitarra. I'm the guatón with the style. Make you laugh then stay a while. Story sharp and rhythms bold. Donkeyman's worth more than gold. Baila mi gente con todo el sabor. El gordito manda, se siente el calor. Con fuego y ritmo, la fiesta empezó. Welcome to the Donkeyman Show. Arriba mi gente, Donkeyman está aquí.
I don't know if you are familiar with the format of the game. I do like to play a bit of a game with the person that is in the hot seat.
Okay.
I think before we start the game, I want you to explain exactly what hoops and hip hop is.
Yep.
And what its purpose is, and yeah, just everything that it's about.
Yep. Well, basically, it started with an idea with me and my partner, Kimberly.
Yeah.
We both grew up in the 90s. We both grew up with the fashion of the 90s, basketball fashion, hip-hop fashion. And everything on the market at the time was just through the roof expensive. Anything that we wanted to wear was just, almost out of reach in a sense. So we thought, why don't we try and make something that replicates that same fashion from that era, but at a much more accessible price point. So we came up with a couple of samples. Samples were great off the bat. And we started out with sneaker display cases because I used to work at I won't name it, but I used to work at a sportswear brand and collected shoes over about 8 years. So I thought, that'd be cool, sneaker culture.
Hang on, that's wild. On the way here,
Yep.
I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, bro, fuck it. I swear Darren looks like he could have worked at like Athlete's Foot or Foot Locker.
Similar, more a single brand.
Okay, yeah.
But because of that, I became a bit of a sneakerhead.
Yeah.
Working from like the ages of 19 to 28 with a little bit of a gap in between.
Yeah, okay.
So I collected 100, 200 pairs of shoes. So I thought that sneaker culture is a big part of the 90s and let's try and give people somewhere to display them. So we came up with display cases that are like LED driven and I thought, fuck, you can't put a website up with just 2 products on it. That's a bit shit and people will jump off. So we're like, let's come up with clothes, and that's where the idea came from. And then that sort of developed into a full range. We started with hoodies and T-shirts, and then we went to tank tops and shorts in the summer. But then shortly after we sort of had the product, we thought, there's a lot of kids in Melbourne, a lot of kids in Australia that would love to play sport, but they don't really have it accessible to them. Yeah. And I grew up playing cricket and then changed to basketball purely because one of my mates at high school started playing basketball. Okay. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then ended up being decent at it and sort of went from there. But you see a lot of kids these days with a basketball in their hand dribbling down the street, but they don't have a team or like a bunch of friends to play with or up and coming artists. They have amazing voice and amazing talents, but they don't have a platform to perform on. So we sort of thought, great, we've got this streetwear side of it where we have physical products. But along the way, let's try and throw events or organise some fundraisers or just provide a platform for younger people to come and either perform their music or play basketball in an organised manner or just have a bit of a platform for people to see what they can do.
Yeah.
And that sort of turned into our first fundraiser in 2024.
Okay.
We threw a fundraiser for Helping Hoops, massive organisation that are non-profit.
Yep.
They do basketball sessions all over Victoria and it's completely free for kids. So we thought we'll do this event and we use the label or the brand to sort of leverage a couple of sponsors and a venue. Shout out to David at MSF Sport. And we threw this fundraiser purely, I think, 6 months after we launched and it was amazing. A couple of hundred people came down. We raised over $1,000. Met a whole bunch of people and a year and a half later, here we are.
That's dope. It's a cool story. Like, especially how you started out with your sneakers display case and then kind of drifted into hoops and hip hop.
Yeah.
What came first for you, basketball or hip hop?
Definitely hip hop. Basketball, I don't think I started playing until I was about 12, so grade 6, year 7-ish.
Yeah.
But music's always been there from the start.
Yeah,
any type of music from, like, my dad played country music in cars on cassette tapes and in cars for long drives, and then mum used to play classical music on CDs when we got a CD player at home.
Okay.
So it was all just music driven, but it built up into what I used to like, and that was hip hop, R&B, and rap.
Dope. So tell me then, with your experience in both, what do you think is the best walkout song for a basketball player?
Oh man, I don't know. I can't put my finger on just one.
Yeah.
All the vintage sort of Kanye stuff from the early 2000s.
Okay. Yeah.
Sort of sets the bar for that, which is, I think, it's been used quite often. I think that's probably the benchmark, to be honest. Yeah, early 2000s Kanye.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. That's a good answer, man. Good answer. All right. Let's jump into the game.
Sure.
This one is called Bars and Buckets.
Okay.
I'm putting you through a combined test, but for people who think a crossover and a good rhyme scheme are the same thing. By the end, what do we got here? Sorry. How it works. There's 4 rounds. If you choke, I'm calling an airball on camera.
I'm okay with that.
All right. Where are we started? So there's 2 options. First round is cap or clutch. You've got 2 options. It's called cap if it's bullshit, clutch if it's valid.
Okay.
I'm reading statements that mix hoops and hip hop. Statement 1. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Most rappers don't want courtside seats. They want tunnel access so they can be seen walking in.
Oh, I'm going to say cap. I feel like they'd have more airtime courtside.
Do you think? Yeah.
Yep.
Do you think that they're there purely because they enjoy basketball, or do you think they're courtside to get those?
I think a lot of artists in rap, hip hop, R&B, that sort of flavor of music, grew up playing some sort of sport. And specifically in America, if you follow a team, you follow it like a religion.
Okay.
So I feel like majority of those artists go courtside because they love their team or they love basketball and they like being a part of it. But then you just get some people that are just there for the glitz and glamour of it.
Yeah, of course. Of course. I think you get that in everything.
Yep.
All right. Statement 2. Basketball and rap have the same problem. Everyone thinks they're elite after 3 really good attempts.
Oh, I might have to sit on the fence on that one because some people are naturally talented and excel at certain things.
Yep.
Whereas others might have a few lucky goes of it, or, ball hits one side of the ring, drops in, and
They think
that's the headline sort of thing. But I guess over time it's proven. So I think 3 is too small of a sample size, but
Okay.
somewhere on the
It's a good
fence. Somewhere on the fence.
Yeah. What about yourself?
Um,
You've obviously, you said you were good at cricket and whatnot, so you've obviously been into sports for quite some time. So I suppose for you it was like you just did it and then you just ended up being reasonably good.
Well, cricket, it was very, very much in my junior ages. So I was like very, very young, but that was like a stereotypical sport for a Sri Lankan boy like me.
Of course.
Basketball wasn't too bad. I'd never sort of trained to play it. I just sort of fell into it and was okay at it. So I just kept going. But I quickly realized that kids that were my age were much taller, much stronger, much better when you get up to that 17, 18, 19 age. So I just accepted that and just played socially. So it wasn't anything that I was trying to exceed in, but it was something that I enjoyed at the time and continued to.
Still play cricket at all?
Don't play cricket. Haven't picked up a bat in like a formal setting since I was in my juniors, but
Do you watch it?
It's
Follow
tough.
it?
It's tougher to watch now, I think, than it was back in the day when I enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
But if the Big Bash was on or something, I'll chuck it on.
Yeah,
But
okay, yeah.
I can't sit through 5 days of a test match, man.
You can't?
Nah.
No, I
can't do
can.
it. Highlights, great.
Yeah.
But a full 5 days,
It's tough.
that's hard work. Yeah.
It is tough, yeah. Look,
Yep.
I don't do the full 5 days, but I do, like, I'll leave it on the telly and I'll watch.
Yep. Background
yeah,
stuff's
yeah.
fine. Yep.
I mean, these days, though, like, I don't know if you've been up with the Ashes. It's not a 5-day test anymore. Like,
No, well, the last one was
most of
what,
them-
2.5, 3 days?
Most of them
Yeah.
have been like 2 days. It's fucking insane.
Yep.
All right, statement number 4. A rapper's prime lasts longer than an NBA player's prime.
Again, it's a yes or no, I think.
Depends on the person, do you think?
I think so, because you get those really raw, talented basketball players that, like, for example, LeBron. I'm a massive LeBron fan.
Okay.
I don't think that's a secret to anyone that knows me.
Yeah, yeah.
This guy's been playing for 20 plus years, man,
Yeah.
and he's still putting up numbers that are ridiculous. But I feel like if a artist or a musician puts out a song, it could be played 40 years down the track
Yeah.
and still be listened to with the same sort of enthusiasm and excitement as it was when it first released.
For sure.
So probably the rapper's side more so than basketball player's side, because there is a actual limitation to that.
But what about, like, in terms of, like, in their prime, right? So there's obviously only a few. For a basketball, I just don't know how long it would last. But let's say if you took the two, like the greatest basketball player ever, which I'm guessing in your opinion is LeBron.
MJ LeBron.
Okay,
Yep.
we'll take Michael Jordan, right?
Yep.
Because he's past his prime.
Yep.
Right. Do you think he lasted longer in his prime compared to, say, Kanye?
Kanye is a terrible example, isn't it? Because he sort of self-imploded. But
I guess, yeah. But his
Yeah.
prime, I feel like, was a lot longer than.
yeah, I think so. I think it depends on who you ask, because you could have someone that really enjoys this person's music.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, yeah, his first like underground album
Yeah.
that he recorded 3 songs on is the exact same as the last one. And then you'll get other people that say Donda sucks.
Yeah.
And go back to 808 and Heartbreaks. Whereas I guess MJ's career, he was dominant for that middle stretch of his.
What about the two MJs? Well, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan. So I think what I'm trying to get with is, like, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves.
Yep.
It's not a matter of taste. I think it's more a matter of, like, all right, Michael Jackson, if you were to, like, compare it to basketball, Michael Jackson's stats, like, he was on
Insane.
number one for forever.
Yep.
That lasted 10, 12, 20. I mean, some of his songs are still number one.
Yep.
On some charts.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think you're right. I think musicians last longer than.
I reckon the musicians would go for
Only
it.
because it's sports. I mean, sports, it's
Well, you could have a bad stretch of games and,
you can get injured and you're fucked.
well, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah, you a footy fan at all?
Unfortunately, I'm an Essendon fan. Yep.
Okay, fair.
So it's been real pain for the last 25 years.
No shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Fuck. I had someone in yesterday who worked for the Collingwood Footy Club.
Oh, okay. I'm glad I'm on today then.
I know. I appreciate Essendon a bit more than Collingwood. When I was a kid, I was an Essendon fan, but so, like, I was never into footy.
Right.
And I kind of jumped on board Essendon fan because there was a girl that I had a crush on who was an Essendon fan.
Okay. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
I'm the same team. you know?
Yeah. Funny that.
And then through high school, didn't follow it either. And then as I got older, I met my current partner. And she was into Richmond.
Okay.
And she was into footy.
Yep.
And so I would watch it with her, and then all of a sudden I just got fucking sucked in.
Yeah.
And I began to know the Richmond players more than anything else. And then it's like, well, fuck, I'll just stick with Richmond.
Yep.
And this is before we had the premiership
Premiership
run and
windows
shit,
and- yep.
Like, this is like Ty Vickery and shit, like fucking the worst of the worst players.
Okay.
And yeah, so now I'm Richmond. I'll just stick with Richmond.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
You got a bit of background behind it.
Yeah, I mean, when I say it without the context, people are like, you can't change sports, fucking can't change teams.
Yep.
Fucking change what I want.
I've wanted to, but I'll get the business for my family.
Yeah, fair.
Yep.
Are your whole family Essendon as well?
All the uncles,
Okay.
all the men in the family except my dad are Essendon. He, for some reason, picked North Melbourne, which I feel even worse for him for.
Fair,
But Mum's a Hawthorn supporter. Don't know how that came about either, but yeah, everyone else is
So
Essendon.
who was your influence then? So obviously your uncles were your influence in your
Uncles, yeah. So when I was, it would have been 2001, straight after we won in 2000.
Okay.
All of them were like, this is the team you need to go for. This is who you need to follow and barrack for. And like my nan got me a Geelong Cats beanie and scarf when I was like 6.
Yeah,
and not knowing what they were, I'm like, yeah, sweet. It's blue. I like cats.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's great.
Yeah.
And then my uncle was like, no, chuck that aside. You stick with the
burn
black
that
and red.
notebook,
Yeah. So and that's how it started.
Yeah, fair.
Had no idea what I was doing, but that's the team I went for.
Yeah, same similar thing. Like I remember I won. I was like 6'7", and I won one of the 6'7".
Yeah.
Shit, fucking.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yep.
And there was Hungry Jack's had like the crossword. Remember when like you used to go to Hungry Jack's or Macca's and they used to have the trays with the paper?
Yep. Oh,
And they used to have like crosswords and shit you do on it.
Yeah.
And I did a crossword and the prize was like a footy fan pack.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But I wasn't into footy at all. I just did it and put it in and I won. And so my mum gets a call from them and they're like, what team does he go for? And she's like, I'll ask him. And she asked me and I goes, I'll go for the Angels. And she's like, the Angels? What the fuck are the Angels? And the guy's like, I think it's St Kilda.
Yeah, okay.
And then they got me a St Kilda thing. But even then I was like, I don't fucking know.
So 3 teams in your life so far?
3 teams, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And my whole family goes for other teams as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My uncles are all Carlton.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're all Wogs. So
Yeah.
Carlton and yeah.
Yep. Gotta love it.
My stepdad's a Brisbane Lions supporter.
Oh, so he's been happy the last couple of years?
He's been very happy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Complete opposite of all our clubs combined.
Correct. Yeah.
Yep. Good.
Yeah. So fuck you, stepdad. All right. Question number 5. Most GOAT debates are just people arguing about their childhood.
That's a fair point, actually. I guess clutch to a point, right?
It does, yeah.
Because you base everything you speak about on memories.
It's all nostalgia. Yeah.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, yeah.
I think most people my age would probably say MJ's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Jordan this time.
People younger.
Yeah, they don't know what he did and how he did it and lived through that era, I guess.
Correct. Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it is. And I think a lot of people hold on to what they went through when they were younger and they don't want to let go of it.
Yeah.
Not saying that LeBron is better than MJ in this scenario
Yeah.
because I can appreciate them
Of course.
both.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think clutch. I think that's very true.
Yeah. For sure, man. That is correct. That's the answer that I got here. Correct.
Sweet.
You're
Point.
currently sweeping it. You're killing it. You're on top of the leaderboard.
Nice.
You've knocked off Daniel from Burn Section. He's completely off the leaderboard now, thanks to you. So
That makes me happy.
It's
I'm
good.
going to let him know after this.
Yeah, I'll let him know myself as well, mate.
Good.
All right, statement number 13.
Sweet.
A championship ring is the sports version of a platinum plaque.
Yes. Clutch.
Yeah. What do you think? Like,
I feel like a championship ring is the ultimate. Like, that's the pinnacle. That's what you
okay.
go for.
So would it be more like a Grammy, maybe?
I feel like a Grammy. I mean, you get artists that love accolades and
Correct.
physical prizes and awards, and then the others that just do it purely because they love making music. But I think it's more of a Grammy than
But I suppose in sports it's not as well, isn't it? In sports it's different. People love the accolades in sports.
I think
It's like that's like what you try and reach for.
because I think that represents what you've been able to do,
Correct. Yeah.
which is the same as I guess a platinum record because that amount of people have listened to it.
Yeah.
Whereas a Grammy, you're basing that on a small panel of people voting.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Maybe it is a platinum record.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just depends on how you look at it. I think
It's a good brain exercise.
it really is, man. This is the most I've thought all day. So this is
it's
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was talking about with the guy yesterday, Hayden. He was doing stuff for Collingwood, as I said, and now he's done into the music industry. But there is a very big difference in the fact that, like, say if you were to start out as a footy player, you wanted to become a footy player, there is only one road that you have to go for, and that's the AFL.
Yep.
Same as basketball. There's only really one road, same as cricket
Yep.
Australia. But music is nothing. It's like you want to jump on a label, you want to either jump on The Voice, Australian Idol, you want to do your own shit, you want to, there's so many different avenues
Yep.
that, it is for the accolade type shit. That's why I think a lot of musicians don't really care about it, is because there's so many different ways to judge success compared to sports.
Yeah.
I think sports, it's like you're either good or you're not.
When you play for
And you
an
play
award.
for a good, yeah, exactly.
That's what you're doing,
you
right?
want the premiership, you want the that final end goal, which is the final of which is interesting because it's both talent. They're both, I feel like, stem from the same thing in a human being, which is that, talent of just understanding something.
Yep.
But yet,
The recognition is different.
All right, let's move on. The NBA is basically a weekly music festival with a game in the middle.
I mean, it used to be.
Yeah.
It used to be. There was a lot more music and artists involved, I think, even maybe like 10 years ago. But yeah, now it's like even the ratings and stuff are down this year. So not a lot of people that used to watch it are watching it now just because I guess the way the game is played is different as well.
Yeah, okay.
So I think it doesn't have that. I mean, it's still very popular, but it doesn't have that same hype as it did like in the 2010 era.
Yeah. Why do you think that is though? Like, is it because, I mean, what are ratings like? What do you mean by ratings?
So I think it's the TV ratings, and like people used to buy League Pass and change their VPNs to make it cheaper and like have access to all these games and watch it online. But
now you can just watch them though. Like, it's so many.
you can watch a lot of it now, not free to air, but you can stream them now fairly easily. But even just the way the game's been playing, like it's a lot of 3-point shooting. Like there isn't as much. I don't know how to explain it, but if you watch a game from like the 2010 era where
it's quick,
it was back and forth.
Yeah,
there were dunks like every second and third plays. Yeah,
it's exactly like
bit.
the footy. It's like now it's because one coach comes up with a really good game plan.
Yep.
That kills, and then everybody copies it.
Yep.
And it's, it's like the soccer as well. It's like when Spain, you're a soccer person, you do marketing. Yeah.
Yep.
It's like when Spain came in and they started doing the triangle pass.
Yep.
Every team ended up doing, and then it just became a really fucking boring game.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just passing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's still a couple or a handful of players that are really sort of explosive and exciting to watch. Sure, and if they're on, it's great.
Yeah.
But like I think of like the Clippers team, that Lob City team with like Chris Paul and Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, where they were just throwing alley-oops to each other every second, third, fourth play.
Yeah.
And the game was just full of highlights.
Yeah.
Now you'll get, like a handful and you might get a 40-point smashing.
Yeah.
Or you might get like a 4 triple, quadruple overtime game. But that's so far and few between.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like and sorry to go back to it, but like that 2010 sort of time frame where even All-Star games, it was like such a spectacle. And it was an actual game where everyone sort of played to win, whereas now they just jump on the court and they're like, yep, you go dunk, or no, you shoot that 3, or like everything's just sort of given and played out like a script.
Yep.
Whereas beforehand it was like these guys couldn't give a stuff about who's watching or what the ratings were. They were playing to win.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, for sure.
Slightly changed, so yeah.
How do you think like the internet and streaming and that has actually changed the way that people are consuming sports?
I think this is probably a good reason why I don't watch cricket as much, because I just consume highlights. Yeah. I think because it's more accessible to everyone, and like even kids these days have phones on TikTok and whatever it is. I would much rather watch a 8-minute version of a full soccer match than sit through 90 minutes of it if it's not live. Yeah. If it's live, different story. Basketball also a different story. If it's live, I'll watch it start to finish. Man, highlights packages are...
Yeah. But if you like, if I miss a footy game, I'm not going to go back and watch the whole thing. I'd rather just watch the highlights.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah, that's definitely something that has happened as well with podcasts. I feel like, which is weird because podcasts has only kind of just come out as well. It's only like a new thing. But I feel like when people say that they watch a podcast, they don't necessarily actually watch the podcast. They just watch the clips of it.
Yep.
When I'm, talking to people about podcasts that I like, that they like, I normally end up finding out that they actually haven't watched a full episode.
Yep.
Which I think, is the same with sports.
Yep.
It's like you actually didn't watch the full game, you just watched the highlights.
Well, even with podcasts, I don't know if you listen to or watch Shits and Gigs.
I've seen shorts from it. I've
Yeah,
actually watched
well,
that full one.
that's how I started listening to
Yeah.
them. I saw a clip and thought, oh, these guys are pretty
Yeah.
funny, and then watched another clip, and then started listening to full episodes.
Yeah.
And just straight after COVID, I went right back to the start and just listened from the start.
Yeah.
And it all stemmed from a 15-second
Yeah.
clip. So I feel like it's more accessible, and short form media is just so much easier to consume that
Yeah.
it could lead to the long form, I guess.
Yeah. Do you think that's why maybe the ratings are lower now though? Like in terms of TV? Is that
Probably.
people are just happy to consume it quickly?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's fascinating because it's like I feel like it's so expensive to UFC, for example. Like
Yep.
to watch just the one match is so fucking expensive that I feel like that deters a lot of people from actually watching the sport.
Yeah, 100%.
Whereas back in the day, you didn't really have to pay.
Yeah, well, it was just on
Yeah.
Foxtel or whatever the streaming platform was.
Yeah.
But even same thing with like League Pass for basketball. It was, I don't know the exact numbers, but let's just say Australia's like $300 for the year. That's why you'd pick like India or something, change your VPN, and it's like $100.
Yeah.
But now, because it's so jacked up and there are games on like ESPN or Foxtel, people just watch what they can on that, and that's it. Catch highlights everywhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. It's the same with music, I think, to a degree. Like music is now becoming. I mean, back in the day, a musician would release an album, and there'd be a song on there that would be like 12 minutes.
Yep.
Whereas now everybody's just releasing 2-minute songs because of that short attention span.
Yep.
And it's kind of annoying because it's like when you've got somebody who does want to create a long song, it gets pushed aside like in the algorithm because it's not what people are wanting, which is, it's a bit annoying.
Yep.
This whole, the way that it's going now. What do you think, how do you think AI is going to, do you think AI will have any kind of play in basketball or in sports in general?
Sports, it's hard to tell because it's a physical, I guess, event.
Yeah.
So you can't really mimic that live. Highlights, 100%, because that's been done.
Yeah. But what about VR?
I think VR's already in play, to be honest,
Yeah.
because you get like the PlayStation goggles and I don't even know what they're called, but you get all that stuff already. So I think that's just the stepping stone. It'll be massive in the next couple of years. But it's more like AI versions of musicians and songs and stuff now that's more scary than everything else.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's insane how they can replicate voices of people that have passed away and pop it in a song that was released like 3 weeks ago and it sounds perfect. So
it's
scary.
It's definitely something to keep your eye on. I think in anything, because it's like it's going to get to the point where you could. I've actually never thought of this until now, but you'll be able to generate a movie, right? In the future, you'll be able to, probably next year. I mean, right now you can. People are doing that, where you can like say, I want a movie about a basketball player who's struggling, and it stars Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and it'll generate it. I reckon you get to the point as well where you'll be able to generate. I want to see LeBron and Michael Jordan on the same team.
Oh,
playing
100%.
against,
Yeah.
And I think that will satisfy people more.
Yep.
To a degree, I think that's where the disruption could come in for sport is like.
Well, I think that comes back to people of my demographic and age group that have lived through that Jordan era in the 90s and want to see how he stacks up against the LeBron of the 2010s sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that will be cool. Like even I would do that.
For
if
sure.
I could,
You'd
right?
absolutely consume
so
it, yeah.
I feel like that's more of a like a side hustle, hobby kind of thing that people want to see on the side.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't think it will replace the live
feel,
season and going to a game and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't think anything can replicate, like, going to the football.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
You can't replicate a 100,000 people crowd on an Anzac Day sort of thing.
Same as a show, like a live gig. You can't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can listen to that album that was performed live on stage, and you can hear the crowd, but it's not the same as being there.
No.
So
No, there's
same but different.
yeah, just the feeling. You feel when you go to a show and you feel the kick in your fucking chest. It's like it's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
All right, let's do one more statement and then we'll just do a little chat. Half of work ethic is just being addicted to improvement.
I agree. Clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you have to be driven to succeed or achieve anything. And I think work ethic's like a few different things that you need compounded into one. So you need to be driven, you need to be committed, you need to be enthusiastic about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you don't enjoy what you're doing, like, who cares if you do it or not? And I think that's where me and my partner, we're same but different again. Yeah. So I dream big and come up with all these grand plans, and she sort of grounds me, and we come up with a balanced and even sort of way of looking at it. So I think that's part of it as well. Yeah. But yeah, I think clutch. I think I agree with that.
For sure. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yep. Actually, I see one more question here that I think would be a good one.
Yep.
The best highlights are like the best bars, where you don't need any context.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Clutch. Yeah. Like and I think it comes down to personal preference, but if you enjoy something, and it brings you joy, who's anyone else to say that it doesn't, right? So, yeah, it's I think it's a special, not to get deep and cheesy, but it's a special moment when you, I guess, hear something for the first time or see a highlight for the first time, and it makes you feel something. Yeah. Like, no one can take that away from you. No one can tell you that it's wrong.
No.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the one feeling that you can't get back as well.
Yeah, exactly. And it's one of those things that you look back and be like, first time I heard that, this is how I felt. One of those memories that will be there forever.
Yeah. There's also memories where it's like, have you ever listened to a song and you're like, I've listened to this song so many times. I have no idea when the first time ever was like that I heard this song.
Yeah.
There's songs that I'm like, fuck, bro, I love this song so much. And I'm trying to think, like, why do I love it? When was the first time I heard it?
Yep.
I can't recall.
Yeah. And it's just like you've listened to it your whole life.
Yeah.
You can't quite pinpoint when the first time was. So, yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I suppose it's because the amount of songs that we consume a day is probably... But in saying that, there's some people out there who music is just like the weather. Like, they don't even fucking... It just happens around them. Which is bizarre to me.
Yeah.
Like, they don't listen to Spotify, they don't listen to CDs. It's just... They only listen to it when somebody else is playing it around them, and they're just like, "Oh, that's music." Oh, yeah.
That's odd. I can't relate to that.
No.
I'm one of those weirdos on Apple Music as well, not Spotify. But I'll have my full library of music. Then I'll have my sort of go-to playlist.
Yep.
And then I'll have like an R&B, more of a slow jam, sort of lower tempo music. And I'll listen to the same playlist over and over and over again. I might not add stuff to it for months. Yeah. And I'll just listen to the same stuff over and over again.
I'm the same.
And anything other than that, if I hear a new song, I'll be like, oh, that's a bit. And then like 3 weeks later, I'll listen to it, like, oh, that's sick, I'll add it back. So, yeah, I'm a creature of habit in that sense.
Yeah, for sure. The one thing that's fucking me up now with Spotify is the fucking... Like, I've got my one playlist that has, thousands of songs on it that I've kind of accumulated, and they only play me the same 50 songs.
Yep.
It fucking does my head in.
Yep.
Is Apple Music the same?
Well, my main library is the one with hundreds and however many songs, but sometimes it'll play something that at the time when I added it, I'm like, this sounds sick. Yeah. I need to add that and keep it. And then I'll listen to it like now and I'll be like, not feeling that, skip. Yeah. Not feeling that, skip.
Yeah.
And I'll go back to that playlist that I continue to listen to, and it's just all the songs that I want to hear.
I've always thought the skip button is detriment to the society, because when you press skip for the first time, then all of a sudden you're like, well, I'm going to press skip again until I find
Yeah, a song that you
that I
like. Yep.
But you don't even know what that song is.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking for half
Yeah.
the time. That'll do.
That's the worst part.
Yeah.
But you keep doing it until you
Yeah.
find something.
Yeah.
And my partner will say the same thing. I've been obsessed with Kehlani Folded since
Okay.
it came out.
Okay.
And the first time I heard it, it was one of those moments where I'm like, I need to add new music to my playlist. And I heard it, I'm like, oh, this is nice, I'll add it. And then it came up in a shuffle and I'm like, fuck, this is actually sick. And then I've listened to it nonstop since it came out.
Yeah.
And it
just
just
tickled that fucking.
Oh man,
just don't even know what it
it's
is.
like vintage R&B.
Yeah. Okay.
And it doesn't, like a song like that doesn't hit the same that often anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it
When
threw
it
me.
does, it's like.
Yeah, I think it threw me back to like the Boyz II Men days. And
Yeah, okay.
Like the Montel Jordan days and all that,
Yeah.
and it just hit right. So
Yeah.
that's how I add stuff to my playlist.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, that's funny. I mean, for me, like, if I'm trying to be more conscious of how I consume music because, like, I release music, so I'm trying to like figure out that relationship.
Yeah.
And so, but sometimes, like, I just discovered this is last year, November. I discovered a band called Father of Peace.
Okay.
They blew the fuck up. And they're like a super like rock grunge 3-piece band that have like a very System of a Down feel.
Okay.
And I remember seeing their song on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. I'm like, fuck, it just looked great. It sounded great, dope. And then I see it again on Instagram. I'm like, the same song, different setting. Fuck yeah. This song's already like, I remember it.
Yeah.
And then I'll add it and then it'll be like on repeat.
Yep.
Like I'll listen to it
Yep.
on repeat 100 times. And I did this in November. And then when the Spotify Wrapped came out, that was just my top
Top of the list.
top
yeah.
of the list.
Yeah.
Fuck, what's the point of Spotify
Yeah.
Wrapped?
It's weird how I obviously love hip hop, rap, R&B. Like those will be my go-tos at any point of the day. But then I remember when I was maybe 12 or 13, I bought a Blink-182 album
Okay.
and I listened to that nonstop.
Yeah.
And then the next album I listened to was like Cisco.
Yeah.
But now along with those playlists, I've got like an emo pop playlist
Yeah,
with
yeah.
like Blink-182 and like you said, System of a Down and just random songs that have nothing to do with hip hop.
Yeah.
But some days I just feel like listening to some Blink.
So they're not in your everyday playlist. So your playlists are more like vibes and sounds as opposed to just random songs.
I guess the playlist that I listen to the most is curated in a sense where it's stuff that I enjoy listening to.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So it's a lot. Justin Timberlake's a favorite. A lot of Jay-Z.
Yeah.
A lot of Ed Sheeran. Not really R&B and hip hop, but the way he plays music.
Yeah, it's still
Even though it's pop, unreal.
yeah.
And him live is,
Good shit. Yeah.
man, 100,000 people at the MCG when he came down was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
And then Justin Timberlake, when I saw him for his Suit and Tie tour in person as well, the way that man just plays whatever instrument he wants to play and sings and then dances on top of it and just does everything so smoothly. It's unreal, man.
Cool.
But very heavy on the R&B, the hip hop, the rap, the Kanye's, like I said, the Jay-Z's, all that sort of stuff from back in the day. But then it's mixed with like a little bit of Lil Wayne. There's some Tupac in there.
Yeah.
Biggie, Snoop, Dre.
Yeah.
All like that California classic stuff. And then I'll have a separate playlist for like when I want to do sing-alongs in the
Yeah,
car.
okay, yeah.
And that's more like your Blink-182s and that
yeah.
sort of stuff.
Any guilty pleasures? Anything that you're like embarrassed to say, yeah, I'll listen to that.
You know what? JoJo made a comeback.
JoJo.
JoJo. Do you remember Leave, Get Out?
Yeah.
Yep. So she did a song. Fuck, I don't know what it's called now. But one of her songs was on repeat for quite a
Yeah,
bit.
okay, yeah.
There's this dude in the UK called Lapani.
The party.
He is a artist who, just for content on socials, decided that he was going to make anime versions of music.
Okay.
And he did Pussycat Dolls Stick With You in a anime version.
Okay.
That was at the top of my Apple Music last
That's
year,
awesome.
man.
That's the best.
And I messaged him, I'm like, bro, I don't know who you are. I don't know when you started this, but I just want to let you know that this is the top of my Apple Music. And he was like, man, that's so good to hear. Like, he was very appreciative and obviously grateful and whatnot. But yeah, just random stuff like that just pops up on your feed and you're like, sick.
That's awesome. That's funny.
And now Kalani.
Yeah, okay.
Like, for a rap and hip hop, like, enthusiast,
Yeah.
I guess, something that's a slow jam R&B.
Yeah.
That's a guilty pleasure for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Fair. I just had a quick question that I thought of as you were talking about Justin Timberlake and
Yep.
Ed Sheeran live. What do you think hits harder, a live event? Is it music or like a really good NBA game?
Man, I'll tell you a small story.
Okay.
So I haven't actually been to an NBA game.
Yep.
I went to America I can't remember what year it was. I booked tickets in April to fly out in September, start of the season. So purely revolved around going to basketball games. And then in June or July that year is when they went on strike.
Okay.
It was like something to do with the pay or whatever it was, but got to America. Madison Square Garden was boarded up and closed down. The NBA shop in New York was closed down. Being a LeBron fan, he was in Miami that year. Went to American Airlines Arena in Miami. It was literally a board across the front door. I looked in and it was where the shop was, like the merchandise store. The sign, and I'm no word of a lie, this is actually how it was. The sign was literally hanging from like one screw.
Fuck.
Like it had been closed for years.
Forever, yeah.
Yeah. So it's fucking shattering, right? Because I had put aside money for seats and just like ready to see what I've been watching for so long live, and it never happened. But live music is one of those things where, like, and it's that constant struggle. Like, do you stand there and do you record it so you can look at it over and over again and refer back to it, or do you just sit or stand and just enjoy it for what it is? And I've always been record it so I can relive it over and over again. But I think more recently I've been more of a just enjoy it, and if you see videos of it again, then it's obviously meant to be sort of thing.
Do you do you do that though? Like, do you relive and watch videos that you've recorded of?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'll go back. I think it depends on the mood, but I'll go back and watch. Like, I've seen Macklemore maybe 3 or 4 times.
On your own recording?
Of my own record. So at his, I think we've seen him maybe 3 or 4 times. I think maybe 3.
Yeah.
From his first album, The Heist, I listened to that album start to finish over and over again on drives to like Melbourne DFO when I worked there. Like his vinyl is like 200 and something bucks for that album, man. It's insane. And I never could get my hands on it. That's like my grail at the moment for vinyls. But the first time he came out, it was at, I think it was like City Hall on the edge of the Docklands, and it was boiling hot, and I stupidly wore jeans and I was sweating everywhere, but seeing him live for the first time was unreal.
Yeah.
And the way that everyone, I think it was his first time in Australia, and everyone got so hyped up at Can't Hold Us when the drums kicked in.
Yeah.
Like, you can't compare that to anything. Do you know what I mean? So without having experienced the NBA, I think live music is up there for sure.
You've been to a footy game though, yeah? What do you think?
Oh, heaps. I think I mentioned it before. Anzac Day with 100,000 people there.
I've been there.
Like during
Richmond Essendon?
Collingwood Essendon.
Oh, Collingwood Essendon. No,
Yep.
Of the
Dreamtime game.
Dreamtime game.
Yeah, that's insane as well.
Was fucking incredible. Yeah.
But Anzac Day, like when the horn's blowing and it finishes and you get that first roar, man, it's not something you can describe unless you've experienced it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only plus of being an Essendon fan for the last however many years is that we have Dreamtime and Anzac Day.
Yeah.
And it's
when
like,
you win those, it's like, because you're against like, or you were, I mean now Richmond's nothing, Collingwood's not really much, but back like when Collingwood and Richmond were on top and if Essendon won. Oh,
man, it's like that Anzac Day where Zaharakis kicked that goal in the last minute in the rain in like his first game.
Yeah.
Or, I can't remember who did it, but we came from behind a couple of Dreamtimes ago and I can't remember who it was and it's going to kill me, but he kicked a goal in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, okay, to win it. Yeah.
And we haven't done that very often in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So any win over those two teams in those games, they're crazy.
Yeah. See, I'd argue that that's probably something that you would be like, probably better experience in the music when that specific thing happens.
Yeah.
Because it's not pre-planned. You can't
Yep.
Like that's like truly 100% in the moment.
Yep.
That everything in that game leading up to that point.
Yep.
Like it's so
Agreed.
special. Whereas if you go see a musician, you can experience that over and over again.
Yep.
You know.
And you can listen to the music leading up to it and be like,
course,
I learned the words of that song, learned the words of that song.
yeah.
But
when it
not
comes to that,
not knowing what the outcome is.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The worst is when you lose, like being on the receiving end. When you're a rich band and you're like, we've got this, and then they keep it going the last 30 seconds, you're like, fuck.
Yeah. I feel like that's the story and the way Essendon play. They'll get out to a sweet lead for 3 quarters and then they'll die in the arse in the last quarter. That's their game style.
Yeah.
That's what we've had to live through.
That's kind of the beauty of the game, though, sometimes, is that it's never really over until it's over.
Yeah. It hurts.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah. All it takes is a quick 5 goals in 5 minutes. And
man. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Well, we've been going for about 45 minutes. Is there anything that you've got coming up? Any events? Anything that you wanted to plug? That event that you did with Burn Section was fucking incredible. I think that's something that you guys need to do more of.
Yep, that was very cool. Yeah. That was a 3-on-3 tournament we threw at Ball 360 in Cranbourne in December. That was very much a sort of brainchild of Daniel's. He put that together, and I'm just glad that we could sort of support as well. But I think going back to providing a platform for these guys to play with, like those guys are musicians, they might not necessarily play basketball in a team on a Monday night at Dandy Stadium sort of thing. So it was cool to see them talk their shit but also back it up, and then the ones that didn't really back it up but continued to sort of talk it up. So I think we definitely need to do more of that.
Sure.
I think we want to do another fundraiser for, I guess, helping hoops in a similar fashion that we did 2 years ago.
Yep.
That was a really good, I guess, opportunity to meet all these artists that we now sort of speak to on a regular basis, and meet people like yourself, and meet brands and small businesses from around the area that we wouldn't usually get into contact with. But also like raise some money for an organization that's doing good things as well. And sort of without help from the community, they might not be able to last years into the future. So I think they're the sort of main things that we're looking at event-wise. But I think we might be working on a couple of things for winter coming up this year, just to add to the range a little bit. We've had the same stuff now for a little over a year and a half. So we'll sort of add to it because the feedback's been good.
Yeah, dope.
People seem to like the quality of it and the feel of the clothes. So we'll try and expand a little bit, try and get a new or couple of items in there.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
What's the website?
So it's www.hoopsandhiphop.com.au.
Yep.
And Instagram is at hoopsandhiphop.au.
Awesome. The link will be in the bio. Appreciate you coming down, man. It was a great conversation. I haven't really had a conversation like this where it's like not really music.
Yep.
So I'm trying to, the point of the show is that I really want to start expanding. Like I don't want it to be just music. And I think this is a good kind of stepping stone, because you're kind of hip hop, you're kind of music, but you're also not.
Yep.
You're a clothing brand, you're a bit more, you're a business owner, which is great. So I appreciate you coming through. People, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all the good shit. Follow Darren, follow Hoops and Hip Hops. And we'll see you next time.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate
Peace.
it. Thank you.
¡Órale, Donkeyman! El gordito con la guitarra. I'm the guatón with the style. Make you laugh then stay a while. Story sharp and rhythms bold. Donkeyman's worth more than gold. Baila mi gente con todo el sabor. El gordito manda, se siente el calor. Con fuego y ritmo la fiesta empezó. Welcome to the Donkeyman Show. Arriba mi gente, Donkeyman está aquí.